Hello everybody and welcome to another reading. Today we're going to be talking about the second half of May, so from the 14th of May to the 31st, and we'll see what's going on for you. So one good news that I do have to tell you is that May is relatively quiet. All right, we've had some very loud astrology for a very long time. We've had many a retrograde, almost every single planet. Well, I mean, pretty much every planet has been retrograde. We just went past eclipse season. And there's been a lot of big shifts in the generational planets, as I like to call them. You know, Neptune's already changed signs. Saturn will be changing signs. Jupiter will be changing signs. Pluto has changed signs. You know, there's been a lot of big shifts. However, May, we get a little bit of a breather. So I will start with that good news for you, okay? But the changes are again coming. But really, I think that you should take the time in the last half of May, first of all, to rest. And second of all, to really think about where you want to take the rest of this year, because we do have a lot of changes coming towards you, which we will discuss later on in the year, especially for you guys who will be experiencing your Saturn return. Saturn will be moving into Aries on the 25th of May. So that is a big thing for you guys. And we will talk about that later on. Which is very important. So, okay, so let's talk about the astrology for this little bit of the month. So we have Mercury will be in Taurus. All right, now the good news is, a second good news, I know you're so lucky. A second good news is that Mercury and Venus will be moving out of their post-retrograde shadow. It doesn't happen until the end, the 25th of May, towards the end. So we still have a little bit of time. But you can hang on for another 10 days, all right? Like, or if you're watching this sort of near the beginning of May rather than the 14th, you can hang on for a little bit longer. We have been in these retrogrades and this retrograde shadow and all of this, that, and the other. So it's been quite a hard time. So if any of you have been struggling, you know, we're here. We understand. But with this Mercury moving into Taurus, it's really, really nice because we get to have sort of wholesome conversations, and the conversations that we do have are very, very grounding. They are very nice. They are filled with like a boost of kind of let's get going energy, because we do still have Venus in Aries until June. But I want you to know that for the last couple of months we've all been like reviewing. There's been a lot of reviewing and not a lot of moving forward, and if you felt quite stuck, don't worry, the astrology says so. So you're all good. It's okay. We're going to start having some movement again towards the end of May. So that is also some good news. I'm full of good news today. And we still have Venus in Aries. You know, she's been there for a really long time now. A very long time, actually. It's not that usual that Venus is in a sign for that long. But because we had the retrograde, it sort of danced between Pisces and Aries. So there was a lot of shifts between, oh, I romanticize this, and oh, you know, I need to take my power back and I need to just go for it and not romanticize the situation. There was a big old, like, you know, back and forth of the two. And we had the same with Mercury, really. So we've been having some confusing conversations or some confusing interactions with other people or with ourselves in the way we talk to ourselves. Maybe you guys felt like you weren't making much progress in various areas of your life. And it can feel quite uncomfortable going through this very confusing energy and this very opposing energy as well. So with Mercury being in Taurus and Venus being in Aries towards the end, there's this feeling of being able to use your enthusiasm, use your power, and use your passionate nature to have really grounded conversations. So it's kind of a nice mix, actually, when we reach the end of May, of being able to put your plans into action. You know, if we think about it in its simplest form, we have discussing, you know, very grounded topics, very serious topics, very lovely topics though. And then we have this energy of like, yeah, let's go. I really want to do this thing. So I want you to embrace that a little bit towards the end of May. I want you to start thinking about what solid plans you have or what very solid conversations you would like to have with other people. Maybe you've had some disputes, or maybe you've not really been getting along with certain people or certain situations. And now is the time to sort of start being like, oh, okay, how can I make this practical? How can I create something from this? And we have very inspirational energy over here, very inspirational. So Taurus, we can cultivate things, right? We can really like make things happen in a very calm, collected, determined kind of way. And with a bit of Aries in there, it's like, yeah, okay, you know, how can I bring my passion into the situation? So I think that that's great. And then on the same day, actually, we have Saturn moving into Aries as well. So we still have this Aries energy following us for a little while. Neptune is also there. So this will be interesting, and this will be talked about in detail in a video about, you know, Saturn in general and Saturn, people's Saturn returns. But with Saturn being in Aries, there is going to be a push and pull between, you know, I want to do this and I have the determination to do this and I have the plans to do this. But Saturn's going to kind of bring you down and be like, yeah, but how can we do this realistically? Which is great. Because although we have that Neptunian Aries, let's go get it energy, we also have, I say Neptunian, not because Neptune represents Aries, but because Neptune is in Aries. So we have that sort of dreaming of a better life, or dreaming of a, you know, more of an action plan with Saturn. And he's going to sit there and say, I like to give the planets like personalization. So if you hear me do that, just, you know, that's the thing I do. So he's going to be here and he's going to be like, yeah, okay, but shall we think before we speak? Shall we think before we do? Which we all need at some point. Like, we all need a bit of that, hold on a minute. And it might feel weird, but it's good for us. And then another thing we get to experience is a very, very curious new moon in Gemini. So if there are things that you haven't really been trying, because you haven't really been brave enough to try, we have an opportunity to set some intentions that are a little bit out of the box. A little bit, you know, here, there, and everywhere. If you are somebody who gets anxious, or somebody who has a rough time with trying new things, or doing things that you, I mean, that's the same thing. I was going to say doing things you wouldn't normally do, but, you know, the same thing. This is a really great new moon to set intentions for being a little bit braver. Because Gemini isn't necessarily known for being brave, but Gemini is very much known for just being like, yeah, sure, fine, I'll give it a go. Why not? Let me talk to you about this thing, even though I don't really know much about it, but I'm just going to go for it. So this new moon is all about sort of setting those intentions in terms of, you know, how we can broaden our horizons just a little bit more, which is really, really nice. I mean, the moon in Gemini, you know, it's not super at home. It's nothing like that. It's just a nice energy, a nice different energy than what we've had more recently. So that will be a bit of a change up. So in terms of how this all reflects for you guys, there is a feeling of renewal, a feeling of moving forward, but a feeling of having a stable plan. So it's not so chaotic, it's not so unpredictable, and it feels more like we know what we want to do and we are going to do it with energy and with curiosity and with realism in a way, which, you know, I think is actually an excellent energy to have, considering the astrology that we have experienced in the last few months. I mean, the last year, really, to be honest. The last year has been quite uncomfortable for a lot of us, for a lot of different reasons. And I think that the Mars retrograde, which we are out of now, and that's all good, has played a huge part in that. And the fact that that went on through 2 Mercury retrogrades, plus eclipse season, plus Venus retrograde, you know, there was a lot of back and forth. So I think now is the time to breathe. All right, I want you to remember that we should enjoy our time now. Because things pick up again. Later on in the year, things start to pick up again. There's a lot of shifts, a lot of changes. But for now, you know, we're kind of here. Any of you who have Saturn in Aries in your chart, please come back here a little bit later on in a couple of weeks, because I will discuss this with you and what that means for you, because it's quite a big moment for you guys, and I want to give you like a little bit of a survival guide for that. But yeah, that's a bit about the astrology for today. So what I will do now is we'll go straight into your reading. But I wanted to give you like a little overview. Although not much is happening, not many things that are significant. It's great that these Mercury and Venus are coming out of their post-retrograde shadow. It's great. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview. But we'll go into your reading now and see what the last 2 weeks in May are going to bring you. Because I think that maybe you would like to know. So yeah, let's do that, and I will see you in just a second. Hello everybody, welcome to your reading. This will be your reading for the last half of May. So the last 2 weeks, May the 14th to May the 31st, this is what's going to be happening for you. There's a lot of conversations happening for you right now, Virgo, by the way, I will say. As Mercury leaves its post-retrograde shadow, Mercury is also your ruling planet. So maybe you felt like you weren't really getting your words out properly, or your technology was going a bit dodgy still, or you just felt hungover from that Mercury retrograde. The good news is we're coming out of the shadow now. We will be out of it by the 25th of May, and it will move into Taurus, which is very nice, an earth sign, just like you. And it will feel more assured. You will feel like you're more able to communicate in a nurturing way, in an effective way, and it will really feel good for you to share your opinions and share the things that you would like to, and feel grounded in you know, the communication that you have. I think like the main theme for you is really going to be expansion for May. Like there's not very much going on astrologically, but the good news is that it gives you a breather. It gives you a breather to travel, or to expand your mind, or to go and visit new things, or do new things, or experience new experiences. Like it's very cool energy. It's very chill. Not a lot going on. We've had terrible astrology up until this point. Well, I mean, look, hey, not terrible, but you know, not great. And so we finally get a little breath of fresh air. But we will get into your reading. I will pull some of these. We'll start off with this. We'll pull some cards for the energy that is surrounding you in the last half of May, and see where we go. So, Spirit Guides, what energies are going to be surrounding Virgo for the last half of May? Okay. So we have Crown with honor and respect will come to you. I like this already. I like this already. Who doesn't want a bit of honor and respect? Especially respect is very important. What else? What other energies are surrounding Virgo right now? Okay. Basket. Recognition, reward for merit, with happiness on the bottom of the deck. So you guys are getting a bit of an upgrade. I mean, there is some stuff happening in your 10th house as well, which is really cool. There's a new moon at the end of the month in your 10th house. So there's definitely something moving forward in your career. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys get noticed somehow, or if you work on social media, you suddenly get a surge in your video popularity or your followers. If you work in an enterprise or a business, somebody's going to notice you for something that you did. There's something here that you are going to feel very proud of. Something that you're going to feel very seen for. All right, one more energy for Virgos at the end of May, please. I like this already for them. Tell me more. What's going on? Okay. So we have woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. And we have Quill with get back to basics. So I don't know, maybe some of you are going to be recognized for it. Maybe some of you are a woman, like literally you identify as a woman, and you feel very much in your power as a woman. Or there is a woman here who is going to recognize something in you. This seems to me as something towards the career side of things. If you are somebody who is very much into women, there might be something love related here, but I'm not seeing it right now, so we will have to cross that bridge when we get to it. But what I do see so far is that there is a beautiful recognition of everything you've been working on. There's a lovely recognition of what a good person you are. There is a recognition of just how useful you are as a whole to a team, or to a business, or to, you know, the people that surround you. What else? Can you give me some other energies for May for Virgo? What else is going on for May for Virgo? Tell me more. What else is going on? Oops. Oh, affection. Okay, so either way, whether they're not helping me out much, because this could be love, or it could be finance, or it could be literally any of those things. It's going to be different for all of you. But affection with honor and respect will come to you. That's great, because it's like, okay, so people are actually showing like how special you are, and showing you what a great member of the team you are, or showing what an amazing person you are, or just showing like everything that you are able to do, which is great. And we all want affection. I know that Virgo, you guys don't really love a bit of affection, but you know, we're giving it a good go. Okay, what else? Oops. What else does Virgo need to know about the end of May? There's not much coming, you know. Oh, I say that. Victory! Yeah, you see? Look at that, because we have this recognition, reward from her, and we have victory. I don't know, guys, it feels very successful. You feel very successful right now. I think you might step out of your comfort zone a little bit and get a bit of recognition for something. Yeah. Gratitude. Gratitude as well, and passion. So for something that you've been working very hard towards, and to be fair, it may not even be with honor and respect there. I do believe that you earned this through something that you did. But also, I think this was just meant to be. Like, I think this is just you being you. I don't think that you feel like you've worked your ass off for this thing. Like, I feel like, you know, it's going to come to you and you're going to be like, oh, thanks. I didn't even realize. What is coming towards Virgo in the last half of May? We know that some sort of success is coming, which is excellent. And we know that some sort of recognition is coming. With Get Back to the Basics on the bottom of that deck, I think, sorry, everything's just falling out of these decks. I think this is about just owning who you are. Like, Get Back to the Basics is basically just saying, you know, you are good enough as you are. You don't really need to try very hard. Like, just focus on being you. Focus on what you're doing. And this success is going to come to you. This recognition is going to come to you. What can Virgo expect? Okay, great. So we have money here. We have some kind of money. But we also have you working on your self-worth. Like, we have you feeling like you have done something really positive. We have you feeling like you are good enough. We have you feeling like you're on top of your game. And we have you feeling like you're earning money. Like, earning money for the things that you do. You're earning, like, for the amount that you work on. And, like, there is some sort of thing that makes you feel like this is more of a long-term thing than just a short-term, you know, gain, right? Like, there's nothing here that's like, this is a quick moment of fame. It's not a 5 minutes of fame situation. This is like, I worked hard. I'm doing my thing. I'm being recognized for how good I am. And it's here to stay. With Saturn here, it's very much here to stay. Saturn goes into Aries, which would be in your 8th house later on in the year. Later on in the year, in May, actually, in May. Which is very interesting that it would be here. I think that in terms of your collaborations and your monetary situation with the 8th house energy there of Saturn, we do also have a really great financial prospect for you. What else is happening in May for Virgo? The end of May, what is going on? Yes! Yes! Okay, great. I love this for you. Yes, 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 please. Please. Oh my goodness, absolutely. All right, gang. So I do believe that this is material, but I also think it's somehow tied to your self-worth. There is some kind of material gain that you receive at the end of May that makes you feel so fulfilled. And it makes you feel like, oh, thank God I can take a breath of fresh air and I can actually breathe and be like, yeah, exactly. I can breathe and I can pay my bills and I can buy the things I want and I'm able to, you know, enjoy my money a little bit more. You have collaboration on the bottom of the deck. So there may be something coming towards you that allows you to work with somebody else in order to get this sort of abundance. You know, you see, we have ascendant here. I really do think that this is you coming into your own, you know, your own power. Like, there's something here that's like, yes, I achieved this thing. And look, Virgo, you are always achieving, always doing well. You know, You might not think it, but you really are, and people see it even if you're not trying, even though you are always trying. But this is really the recognition that you deserve. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes from a woman or someone with a more feminine side. So if you are, you know, if you know anybody like that, then this could potentially come from them. But also this could just be that you are a woman and you are extremely powerful, and you've been working very hard. So yeah, I love this. I think this is really cool. What else is coming for Virgo in the last half of May? So we know that we definitely have some material abundance coming in here. It's very, very clear. It is very, very obvious. Okay, so we have wisdom here. We have with Palace, which is interesting because it's a very, very grounding energy. A very, very like, I get messages from above and these are what's happening. I think that you guys have been worrying a lot, and I think that you needed to just take a step back and have a bit of I think this recognition from somebody is going to be that thing that you needed to be like, oh, I didn't realize that like I was doing that. And actually, I'm really proud of myself. I didn't know because I was so focused on the negative things that I was doing. Like, not the negative things that you were doing, but like your negative perception of yourself. What else? What else is happening for Virgo in the last half of May? Yeah, you see, exactly. Look at this. And you know, I just feel like everything else was in your mind. Like, I think that you have a lot going on in your little minds, Virgo. I really do. I don't know. You are always thinking, which is great. It makes you a fantastic scholar, but it doesn't make you a great, doesn't make you a very nice person to yourself sometimes. So I think that this is good. It's just, there's a bunch of happiness coming towards you, and it comes from this communication from somebody else. It comes from this like idea of, you know, of recognition and success. What else can Virgo expect? Okay, so we have a bit of a spiritual notion here, which is great. We love that for you. I mean, look, whatever it is that you want recognition for, whenever I see this Pisces card, if you've watched before and you've seen a Pisces card come out, I always just think that it means to me like whatever you are thinking about is true. So whatever it is that you would like recognition for, this is what you're going to get recognition for. And we also have 2112 and 1221. So I don't know if the numbers 12 or 21 are important to you, or 1221 or 7112 or 2 or 1, but there's something here within those numbers that's a message for you. Maybe that's your angel number. If you've been seeing it around, then you know that that was a message for you. What else do we have? So give me something else. Tell me more. What's happening for Virgo in May? What's going on? Oh my goodness. Perfect. Love it. Look, you have so much more of a positive outlook. We have air connection on the bottom of the deck. There are a group of people definitely involved in this situation. Definitely. But we know we for sure have one person who's going to make you feel like this. And as I always say, at the end of the day, you don't need 10,000 cheerleaders to, you know, feel a part of. You only ever need one, and you can succeed in anything. So as long as you have that one cheerleader who says, yes, let's go get it, you are amazing, you'll be all right. And it seems like you turn up and you show up one day and there's a cheerleader there who's like, yeah, I'm going to award you with this. It doesn't have to be like an award, but it gains you some sort of title. So if you are entering a competition, it could be that you win. But also it could just be a sense of like, oh, they see me. Like they see the hard work I've done, and they see who I am as a person, and they see the things that I'm trying to do, and they appreciate what I am. I want to know, actually, when you will be given like some kind of official recognition, because I think it's really cool. Like we definitely have this recognition in May, but I wonder if it will turn into something quite big. Like there'll be more of this, or you get the actual award at some other point. Let's see. Oh my goodness, they're all falling apart. Okay, so we have July. Okay, so we have July. So there's something happening in the summer, which we do know there is something happening in the summer in your 11th house, because we have Jupiter moving into Cancer. Fantastic. So there is a group of people definitely sitting here. There is something that happens now in May that paves the way for July, where we have a moment that you are appreciated by probably multiple people. Probably an entire group of people want to work with you, or they want to speak to you, or they want to know what you're up to, or they want to see you, they want to watch you, they want to get to know you. There's something special that you do that is being noticed this month, and is going to continue to be noticed all the way throughout the summer. I'm excited for you. I like this for you. I feel like you've taken the energy and you've really pushed it up. I think a lot of people have had a difficult time with the Saturn return, with the Mercury retrograde and all that kind of stuff. And maybe you have as well, but I feel like you've used that very confusing energy and infused your very like pragmatic nature on it and being like, I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm going to keep working hard and I'm going to do my thing and everything's going to be okay. Like, I'm very proud of you. Well done. It feels like you've ventured into a whole new area as well. Like a whole new thing. Like you're being very brave. Because this is the best reading I've done today, actually. There's so many good things coming to you. So many good things. I think it's probably in all areas, but I do really believe that this is in your career. I think. I do. Yeah, I mean... They're giving me happiness cards. So, I mean, yeah, whatever you are thinking of, it is in that area. But I do really believe that they're trying to tell me that this is career. There is some sort of uptick in your career. But Virgo, I'm super happy for you. I don't think you could ask for something better. I mean, if you were coming here for love, then, you know, whatever it is, as I said, your intuition knows what it is you want recognition for. So, you know, just bear that in mind. But... yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo. So, if you liked your reading, please give us a little thumbs up. Give it a little like. I would very much appreciate that. And please just write a comment. Say whatever you feel. That would also be cool. And if you are feeling very, very, very kind, you can always subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you here. I would love to get to know more of you. It would be an absolute honor and a privilege to get to know you. But if not, I will hopefully see you very soon. I love you. Have the most beautiful day.